Over the last several years, our district identified the need to increase the engagement of our underrepresented communities as an area of improvement. And these emerge into our problem of practice. Our problem of practice is to create opportunities and to support the active engagement of our African American and Mixteco families in shared decision-making that impacts student learning. We use the Fishbone Protocol, one of the tools that we learned through our participation in the Community Engagement Initiative, as a tool that help our team to identify our problem of practice and to identify the root causes that were creating that problem of practice. And it was a very insightful process, and it was very reflective. We were able to, as a team, dig deeper into the causes that were creating the problem of practice. And it was a time-consuming process, but it was a very intentional process that eventually led us to come up with solutions to eliminate those processes, the causes that were creating the problem of practice. Some of the strategies that we learned through our engagement and participation in the Community Engagement Initiative include the theory of action, the CEI's theory of action, and the 6 core root causes of ineffective family and community engagement. These two resources were very helpful because they provided a roadmap or a guide and direction in all phases of the implementation of the problem of practice, starting from the initial identification of the problem of practice to its implementation and to its ongoing assessment. We also, as a result of that and our participation in the Community Engagement Initiative, we one of the actions that we have done in our district is that we have launched an African American steering committee and a Mixteco steering committee, and these committees are represented or are composed by people that are representing local community agencies and organizations. They include parents, administrators, teachers, students. And the role of the committee is to listen to what the families have to say and to what the families want to share with us as far as their needs, and to really listen to them and build on what they have to say and kind of design a family engagement program or activities that will meet their needs. So like I said, we have 2 committees. We are in the implementation phase of our problem of practice, but being able to participate in the Community Engagement Initiative has been very helpful because we, throughout this process, we have received the support from CEI leaders that have asked provoking questions and have kind of questioned our thought processes and making sure that we solidify a strong problem of practice that will definitely impact student outcomes. Because for our district, the fact that several years our district identified the need to increase the engagement of our underrepresented communities, we knew that we needed to provide that time and that space for our communities to come together and to have a voice in the decision-making process that will impact the decisions that the district will make and that ultimately will have an impact on student outcomes. So another strategy that we used that was very helpful was the EL roadmap and reminding us to be intentional when we are thinking about implementing family engagement practices, that we need to do it from an assets-based and needs-responsive approach. And so that was very critical, and that is something that we are trying to implement as we continue to focus on our implementation of family engagement in our district. Other lessons or valuable learnings that we have acquired through our involvement and participation in the Community Engagement Initiative include the networking with other districts. getting to know what other districts are doing, learning about their best practices and their challenges. And we also share our own. So we are becoming like a big family where we are bonding and growing together. And it has been a great experience. And I feel like on a personal level, it has improved my own capacity to lead and to support other districts that are going through this journey. Another thing that on a personal level that has helped me being part of this initiative is to remind myself that we need to be intentional when looking into family engagement and making sure that we're looking at things from an access and equity lens, and that we are including all voices, especially the voices of our underrepresented communities.
Thank you for watching these Voices from the Field of the Community Engagement Initiative. For information about CEI, visit californiaengage.org. To learn more about the community engagement efforts of the Oxnard School District, see the contact information on your screen.